Hello. Hello. All right, everybody. 8 o'clock, 8:02, actually. 2 minutes late. I apologize. But regardless, as always, I thank you for joining me here at the First Alert Desk. Today is Monday, July 17th. We are already halfway through the month of July. I feel like it just started when we had Look Up Atlanta earlier this month on the 1st. Wonderful celebration, by the way. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about today's top stories going into this week. And we've got 4 stories that I want to walk you guys through here before I let meteorologist Patrick Pete come over and talk about the weather. 2 H words, honestly, when it comes to the weather. That is heat and this haze that everybody is definitely seeing, feeling, smelling, whatever you want to say. It's out there. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But before that, there are some things that I want to talk about here. Starting off with some new information we just learned involving a big story that kind of shook up Atlanta last week. A dog walker by the name of Diego Christian was found dead right here in Atlanta, in Midtown. Beloved dog walker. He was out actually walking one of his friends, one of his neighbors, 2 dogs, when he was actually found. And we just found out today that the cause of his death was basically a blood clot in his heart that actually led to his death. We weren't sure. Of course, nobody was. There was a lot of questions and concerns about how something like this could happen. These are pictures of him. But now we have our answers, and everybody in that community has been remembering him with this outpouring of love and support in his passing. Unexpected passing, I should say, because there's not like there was a lingering health issue or anything like that. This gentleman right here, speaking to Zach Summers, described him as like the nucleus of that community because he was so out and about, always speaking with people, always helping people out, always walking dogs all over the neighborhood. And it is just very unfortunate that we lost him. Early 50s is how old he was. Diego Christian. And everyone that knew him says that he will be forever missed. And that's just a hole. That's just going to be impossible to fill for that community. And our thoughts and prayers go out to his friends and family who knew him very, very well. Again, Diego Christian, the medical examiner, has announced that it was a blood clot, large blood clot in his heart. Moving on from that, I want to jump down to Henry County. This was a massive story over the weekend here that broke out of Henry County with this mass shooting. 4 people dead at the hands of a shooter who police say is now dead as well down there in Henry County. Rebecca Schramm spoke to the alleged shooter's mother off camera and kind of wraps up what this story is, what happened over the weekend, and where we stand right now.
I spoke off camera with the mother of the now deceased suspect. She tells me her son was in the Army for 6 years. She says years after his service, he snapped.
I'm just beside myself right now. I just don't know what to think.
Neighbors in the Dogwood Lake subdivision in Hampton are in a state of disbelief after what police say 41-year-old Andre Longmore did Saturday morning.
He was shooting right at the car.
He was shooting at the car?
As soon as I opened up my window, I seen his arms in the air. I said, okay, I just missed the shot. When he came back down, he focused again.
When it was all over, 4 of Longmore's neighbors were dead. Scott Levitt and his wife Shirley, Steve Blizzard, and Ronald Jeffers, all in their mid-60s. The next day, police tracked Longmore to Jonesboro. Justin Robinson tells us he and his friends were in his backyard when the man appeared, saying he needed help.
He had a gun, he was naked, he was bleeding.
They ran off and called police.
Police go in, they open the back door. As soon as they open the back door, they don't even look. They don't like assess anything. As soon as they open the back door, this guy just starts shooting. Shoots one of the cops. The police start shooting, and now he's laying in there dead on the carpet.
Henry County Sheriff Reginald Scandrett said this when he made the announcement.
The monster's dead.
Longmore's mother tells me her son had been a sergeant in the 82nd Airborne. She says he received several commendations for his stellar service, but years later, he began to lose sleep and act strangely. She says he was diagnosed with PTSD and schizophrenia. She says, in her opinion, the military created the monster her son became. Longmore's mother told me she wants her neighbors to know how sorry she is for what her son did. She says her heart breaks for them. In Hampton, Rebecca Schramm, Atlanta News First.
And so the next story I want to talk to you guys about is one that is, not a sad one like these first two. They have been two unfortunate tragedies that we've been discussing here. This third one is about money. We're talking about the Powerball. We're talking about the jackpots that are coming up both today and Wednesday, I believe, or today and tomorrow, with the Powerball being at the third highest it's ever been, $900 million, with no winner announced on Saturday. Not a winner announced. Nobody had the right numbers, honestly. And then the Mega Millions also continuing to climb, with no one winning that one for the last several months. So we are looking at $900 million in Powerball jackpot possibilities for you guys to win if you purchase your ticket. Your odds are about 1 in 250 million, something like that. So very, very slim. But the thing is, somebody has to win eventually. It might be you, because every time you hear those winners about these historic jackpots, like the $2 billion one in California months ago, I'm sure that person had the same thoughts. Oh, it's not going to be me, until it is. And now he's buying, every car he wants in the new mansion and everything else that comes with that. So you have a couple of opportunities this week, because you can not only participate in the Powerball, which is going on tonight. Mega Millions is going down tomorrow. And let's say nobody wins in the next 2 nights. Those jackpots are going to skyrocket, because they kind of grow exponentially once we get to this point where everybody starts hearing about it. We start talking about it, in the news. The word starts getting spread. And when people buy tickets, that's what generates that jackpot to go up. So here in Georgia, of course, that money is benefiting the Hope Scholarship, as you all are aware. So think about it that way. At least you're helping put kids in college, help pay for kids' college, with the opportunity to become a very quick multi-millionaire. And we've all thought about what you do with the money if you want it. I'm buying a ticket. I'm purchasing my ticket before 11 o'clock tonight. That drawing is at 11 o'clock tonight. And so if you are watching this stream, if I win, I will give you $1,000 a piece. So, and the newsroom, what should it be more than 1,000? I think 1,000 is fair. If you're, how much? I'll keep them. Look, 900 million. They're saying I'm making promises I can't keep. $1,000 is chump change if I'm making 450 million in cash options. All right, $1,000 a piece ain't much. I'll give you all $1,000. Hold me to it if I win. You got to find me first, though. So that's going to be the problem. You got to. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I want to bring in meteorologist Patrick Pete. He was one of the people that was laughing at me talking about this money here. The thing is, though, Patrick's in on this pool as well. So he's going to have, if I have the money, he's got the money. So maybe he'll be able to, on camera right now in front of all of these people, commit to giving them $1,000 a piece if you win.
Actually, I'm going to make a better wager.
Okay, go for it.
If you're listening and you bring me some fresh baked cookies, I'm going to give you $2,000.
If you win.
If I win and you bring fresh baked cookies to the station, yeah.
I was just giving it to y'all for free. He's asking for cookies in return. So I don't know. Y'all was clowning me.
It's literally $1 for some cookie mix. You just stir it up in the bowl, water, bake, yeah. Take a look at this view, y'all. Hazy. It has been a mess today. We were telling you, starting, I think, Saturday, we were mentioning that we were expecting some smoke to build into the region late Sunday evening and linger today, and it's here. It is really dominating. You can barely see the skyline out there in the distance because of it. Visibility has been reduced to 4 to 5 miles. for a large chunk of the day. So definitely something that has impacted you. And if you're a person like me who likes to run outside, you may have had a little bit of difficulty out there earlier today, just because the air's a little bit thicker, and that's going to continue into the day tomorrow. Heating is going to be our big story as we head through the next few days. That high is going to gradually shift a little bit further towards the east, and it's going to expand where that heat, the unseasonably warm air starts to build into the region. Starting to see it tomorrow. Temperatures climbing into the mid 90s, warming into the upper 90s Wednesday into Thursday, and those heat indices will climb as well. Temperatures well above average. We'll eventually start to drop back down heading into the weekend, but we're talking about heat, and we're talking about lots of rain opportunities that are going to be building in the forecast. Thankfully, things are pretty quiet out there right now. Temperatures are in the upper 80s. The humidity is pretty manageable, so not too bad to be out and about. As we head through the next few hours, temperatures will gradually start to dip. It's going to be hot again tonight, though, y'all. We're talking about low to mid 70s for morning temperatures and lots of sun tomorrow, but we're expecting there to be lots of ozone as well, and still dealing with a little bit of that smoke. Not as thick as it was this afternoon, but it will still be noticeably hazy as we head into at least the first half of the day tomorrow. So we have that code orange. The air's just going to be a little bit thicker for folks with respiratory issues, asthma, COPD, all of those things. You're not going to want to be exerting a whole lot of energy outside, whether that is mowing the grass, doing some gardening, cycling, running, hiking, walking. You're going to want to avoid doing that, especially late afternoon and early evening, because that's technically whenever those ozone levels will be higher. Gorgeousness, though, throughout all day parts. We're talking about some sunshine for the morning and even into the afternoon. Late evening, we're going to be watching this little boundary that's going to build in from the northwest. Our air is going to be very dry and pretty stable. So as this boundary moves into our region, it should weaken. So we're expecting only about a 10% chance of showers late evening. I think this model's being a little bit aggressive, but we have that rain chance for tomorrow night. Otherwise, the day is going to be completely dry. Temperatures quickly climbing into the mid 90s around 3 o'clock. So just going to be a scorcher of a day. Thankfully, humidity will not be as big of a factor, but it will gradually start to increase as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday. And then we up those rain chances, and I may actually have to bump this to 40% if I continue to see guidance trend this wet for Wednesday. Showers and thunderstorms building in as the first of many ridge riders starts to build into the area. I think we're going to be dealing with those showers and storms until about sunset, and then we'll see those rain chances start to decrease. But hot throughout the day. Temperatures climbing to 97 Thursday with heat indices that are going to be in the triple digits. So just going to be a mess. That's going to be the day that everybody's going to be running and cycling inside because not really many hours, so it's going to be pretty comfortable. Meanwhile, showers and storms increasing Friday afternoon, lingering into Saturday. If you were trying to make plans for the weekend, Sunday is our drier day. Temperatures warming into the lower 90s as we head towards Monday. And we're keeping an eye on the tropics. If you were with us at the end of last week, we were mentioning subtropical storm Don. Well, the characteristics of this storm has changed. And if you actually look at this image and then go back to the images that we were showing you earlier in the forecast, which would have been 4 days ago, you didn't see as much thunderstorm activity as concentrated near the center as what you're seeing now. The actual structure of this has changed, and now it is a tropical system. Those winds are sustained at 35 miles per hour, so it is a tropical depression, drifting towards the southeast at about 14 miles per hour, so a little bit more than a drift there, but moving towards the southeast, and that is expected to continue over the course of the next day or so. Eventually, it's going to kind of do a loop-de-loop and eventually curve back towards the north and west. There's actually an area of high pressure to the north of it that is pushing it further south. That is going to shift towards the east and allow for that system to curve towards the northwest as we head into your Thursday. The guidance is forecasting this to become a tropical storm again, so we should be seeing that some point by tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday afternoon. We should see tropical storm Don become a thing and eventually move off towards the northwest. Looks like it's heading in the general direction of Nova Scotia, but still way too far to tell exactly where it's going to go beyond Friday. But you can always stay tuned. We'll keep you updated not only with the tropics, but with our own heat island situation that's going to be going on as we head through the next couple of days. And we're going to have more information on that and how long the heat sticks around coming up for you tonight at 9. So I'm going to leave you with this gorgeous sky view. Just again, gorgeous and hazy, but still, a beautiful city. And I'll throw the 7-day up on that too so that you can plan ahead. You can catch us in about 40 minutes.